I'm going to show you an overpowered build for any class. Warrior, Rogue have a better synergy with this, but you can do it with Necromancer too, and that's fine. First off, we have 1,000,000 HP at enemy level 82. It's totally possible, though, to have 1,000,000 HP at like enemy level 30 if you equip enough of an item that I'll show you in a second. As for the resources, or whatever these are called, you just want thickets and rivers. You just want to get maximum attack speed. If you are the Necromancer, you don't want maximum attack speed. You're going to want like 250, 300% attack speed. But now, how did I get 1,000,000 HP? Here, let me show you. To get 1,000,000 HP, it's going to all come down to one item in your supply. The Antique Shelf. Put as many of these on as you possibly can, because this is the strongest, most overpowered item in the entire game, especially on Chapter 4 and beyond. It gives +1 to max HP for every whole resource gained during this expedition. If you've actually played a lot of Loop Hero, you'll know that on Chapter 4, you can literally get thousands and thousands, even tens of thousands of resources in no time, just by playing. Like the whole resources even, not even the small ones, the whole ones. So the most OP build in this game is going to be crafting furniture and equipping every single antique shelf that you get. Theoretically, you could fill this entire thing with antique shelves. You'd probably have 1,000,000 HP by loop level 30. Although, you might as well equip some other stuff too. But then again, if you actually had, what is this? However many slots, it's like 150 slots of antique shelf. You'll have so much HP so fast that just the healing at the campfire will probably be more damage than the enemies do to you per loop. But just to be safe, you can always throw in some alchemist shelves, because potions heal however much. You can throw in herbalist sickles to make the potions heal more, so every loop you get 4 potions. You can throw in herbalist sickles until you heal for like 50% with each potion. That's 250% healing, plus the 60% is 310% healing per loop. On top of your millions and millions of HP, literally invincible. You will literally be invincible. If you're on a warrior or rogue, you can also throw in some count chairs. Also, be sure to check out my items guide if you want to know more about items. So that's the idea, though, is antique shelves. It's completely stupid. It's so stupid, overpowered, it blows my mind. At least right now. Maybe they'll patch it someday. It's March 11th, 2021. So we'll see if they ever patch that someday. But now let me show you what one of these battles looks like. Really quick, before I show you what the battles look like, I just want to run you through the cards. Again, you want to be on Chapter 4 if you're trying to go for the strat with infinite HP using the ancient shelves. But the cards that I generally will use are actually not village. You have to have something. I just have Grove. Whatever the other one is, I never use. I don't use any of these except for Grove. Vampire Mansion to add an enemy. You want as many enemies on every tile as possible. Bookery is if I feel lazy and want to go faster and throw them down, change cards. But I generally don't even place any of these last two. I would take them. I would take one of them off. Just have another one. Don't even use the other one. Whatever it is, I wouldn't even recommend. I wouldn't use any. And then River and Forest just to get maximum attack speed. If you are a Necromancer, you don't need to completely fill the map with it. So maybe you could get something else, but some suburbs, I guess, would be the thing. Necromancer, throw in some suburbs. Get attack speed at 250, throw everything else in as suburbs. And then Oblivion to get rid of tiles I don't want. And then Beacon, just so that if I want to, I can throw a bunch of beacons down in the middle just to make my person loop even faster once the map's filled, so that I can, just speed up the process. I would recommend this if you're trying to go for farming resources, AFK farming, and you're going to leave it for hours or leave it all night and things. It'll speed up the amount of resources you get per hour. Not by much, but by a little. And it adds up once you've been playing for hours and hours and hours and hours in the same loop. So as you can see up here, I have thousands and thousands of resources. This is the only one you actually see that's not covered by things. I have the speed up right now. I do apologize for people that pisses you off. I'm sorry. But I'm just trying to make videos. I don't have time to sit here for 8 hours to get to enemy level 82, which is how long it would probably take normally. So this is what it's going to look like. I have the trait right now for I can't find it. There, article protection. You get 65% of your HP as a phantom protection every loop. If you are playing as a warrior with the antique shelves, that is the best trait in the entire game, because it gives you a free, at this point, 650,000 HP to tank damage with every loop. But with that vampirism that I have and just keeping up with item levels, combined with this HP and the loop healing of just completing a loop, you're literally invincible. You just can't lose. I can literally, at this speed, walk away for upwards of an hour or two at a time, then come back, throw on some higher level gear, and then I can just walk away for an hour or two at a time. If you're playing at normal speed, you can probably leave this, once you get some gear that's like good enough, and then leave it literally all night and come back, and you will probably still be alive depending on how many antique shelves you have. If you have enough antique shelves, if you go for the build where it's all antique shelves with some potions and then the things to make potions heal more. If you went only that, you'd actually probably be more invincible than having vampirism, just because right now I'd have like 2.5 million HP and I'd be healing for 1.7 million HP per loop with a shield of 2. You know, the scaling, I would continue to outscale forever without even having to equip gear. But it would just get to a point where my person is beating on each enemy group for, you know, like 30 minutes at normal speed. I mean, it'll eventually get to that point, but you literally can't die. You can't die. You can get to the point where you can't kill the enemies. You're just sitting there doing 1 damage to them, or basically 1 damage to them. So, if you were wanting to know how to have 1,000,000 HP without cheating, I mean, I know I have speed cheat on, but that's not the same thing. You know, no modifying values of items or anything. It's literally just what's in the game. Throw on some antique shelves. Now you're invincible. Also, again, I highly recommend the attack speed from the forests, no matter what class you're on. Attack speed is the best thing, hands down. Again, Necromancer, not fully. You just want to get to like 250. Because Necromancer, when your attack speed is too high, then the Necromancer always goes so fast that he starts attacking with his own fists, burning all his stamina, and then he can't summon until his stamina comes back up, so it's actually bad. There's like an equilibrium with the Necromancer, around 250% or so, somewhere around in that range, where generally you'll either win the battle or the skeletons will die before the Necromancer uses all his stamina manually attacking. And then he can just always be summoning and never be just attacking like an idiot. So, that's pretty much it. There you go. We're on another loop, just going and going and going. It goes forever. You don't even lose your shield if you keep up. If you keep up on defense, the shield will never go away. The shield will literally just go for the whole loop. As for what to farm, if you really are going to just farm materials like I'm doing, I just go with all groves. I know there's some of the things where the river ran across and it's spawning the fishmen or whatever. That doesn't really matter. You can have fishmen, that's fine. But I usually stick with groves. Groves are basically the weakest enemy in the game, the rat wolves. And they all get around the same stuff as far as resources and all that. So I just farm them and just sit there and just wait and only place groves, thickets, and rivers until the map's completely full. Get it set up, and then you just leave it on and go walk away for hours at a time and come back and whatever. I mean, if you're just trying to farm resources even on a normal playthrough, you don't cheat ever. If you just get enough antique shelves, you can get this set up. You can go to farm, you can go AFK, you can come back. Now you can just like equip some gear, leave it on all night, come back. Okay, leave. Now you got thousands and thousands and thousands of resources. So even just on a normal playthrough, knowing this build is extremely useful for farming resources without, you know. Although, if you want to, I do have a cheat video on how to get infinite resources by actually hard cheating by changing numbers in a file. So I'll also link that in the description below. So if you want to know that, you can check that out. Or you can also check out the Loop Hero cheats video that I have, just how to use cheats in general. And also I'm posting some build videos and some other things, so I don't know, just poke around, try to find the Loop Hero playlist on this YouTube, see what else is out there if you're looking for more Loop Hero stuff, more Loop Hero guides, tips, tricks, cheats, etc. But yeah, now you know how to get 1,000,000 HP. Honestly, you could get 1,000,000 HP at level 30, but now you know how to get 1,000,000 HP by level 80 in Loop Hero. If this video helped you, consider helping us by subscribing to our channel. Tap this button over here and hit the red subscribe button. Subscriptions help a lot, even if you never watch our videos again. Ha 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 ha!